Hot, exclusive news. The Eagles have just confirmed a new signing is arriving to wear the Eagles jersey, and you'll understand the impact. The Philadelphia Eagles, always hungry for success, aren't afraid to make bold, strategic decisions that could shape the franchise's future in surprising ways. In recent days, the team has made a series of unexpected moves that, in addition to attracting attention, could be the keys to success in 2025. From adding a new talent from the University of Alabama to fine-tuning the roster with trades no one anticipated, the Eagles are making explosive changes behind the scenes in the NFL. And here's everything you need to know. Fast, clear, and packed with insights that every Eagles fan will want to follow closely. A new Alabama gem that could surprise, but it's not who you think. While the spotlight is on Alabama's emerging star, linebacker Jihad Campbell, who was selected in the first round of the 2025 draft by the Eagles, there's another name coming from the Crimson Tide who could steal the spotlight. That name is Cameron Latu, and believe me, Eagles fans may have no idea who he is now, but that could change quickly. Signed to a reserve future contract beginning in 2025, Latu has all the makings of a high-return prospect. While he doesn't have the same notoriety as Campbell, his trajectory could be a strategic differentiator for where he truly stood out, especially in the national championship game against Georgia, where he caught 5 passes for 102 yards and a touchdown, a performance that, despite being drafted in a difficult loss, highlighted his ability in a high-level setting. Although Latu was drafted by the San Francisco 49ers in the third round of the 2023 draft, his career was marred by knee surgery that took him out of the spotlight, and after being released, he spent the 2024 season in the Cleveland Browns training camp. Now, with Dallas Goedert and Grant Calcaterra dominating the Eagles' tight end roster, Latu has the opportunity to show what he can do, especially if he stays healthy. The impressive 6'5" and 245-pound player has the ideal size for the position, and if all goes well, could establish himself as a reliable tight end for the franchise. What makes Latu's signing even more interesting is the Eagles' successful track record recruiting players from college powerhouses like Alabama and Georgia. The team has already demonstrated an stay healthy and prove he can add value over time, as his potential suggests. But wait, could he be the next big find, even without much fanfare? Because this name could surprise everyone, and the connection to the Eagles goes beyond expectations. In one of the most unexpected twists of the NFL offseason, a rumor has begun circulating behind the scenes. The Philadelphia Eagles could be about to sign Jadeveon Clowney, the former #1 overall pick in the 2014 NFL Draft. With over $30 million in salary cap space, the Eagles are poised to make a big move. And Clowney, with his high-level experience and untapped potential, could be exactly the reinforcement the team's defense needs to reach a new level of excellence. Clowney, now 31, has had a career that is truly enigmatic. Since his historic selection by the Houston Texans as the #1 overall pick, the defensive lineman has never quite lived up to the enormous expectations placed on him. However, over the years, Clowney has shown he still has what it takes to make a significant impact. In 2023, however, he had his best year in terms of numbers: 9.5 sacks with the Baltimore Ravens, a personal best, and the following year, in 2024, he had 5.5 sacks with the Carolina Panthers. While the balance of his career has been uneven, he still possesses the skill and physical strength that can change the course of a game. The crucial question: will Philadelphia be where Clowney finds his best self? With the Eagles known for their aggressive and flexible defense, built on rotation and depth, Philadelphia could be the ideal environment for Clowney to resurface brilliantly. The way the team utilizes its defensive stars, relying on constant pressure on the quarterback and quick movements in the front seven, could be the perfect setting for a player like Clowney, who has a natural ability to generate pressure and force offenses into mistakes. If he stays healthy, this synergy between his talent and the Eagles' defensive structure could be one of the season's biggest assets. The Eagles' philosophy has been clear: get the most out of players with something to prove, those with a competitive mindset and keen to demonstrate they still have a lot to offer. Clowney, with all his experience and potential yet to be unlocked, could be the next player to blossom within this highly efficient system. Clowney's impact could be a game changer, elevating the Eagles' defense to an even higher level, especially as the 2025 season approaches. If the signing materializes, Philadelphia's defensive unit would become even more fearsome, with an even stronger rotation of pass rushers and greater ability to impact the game. Clowney could bring not only the experience of a former #1 overall pick, but also the mindset of a player looking to prove he's still capable of being one of the league's best defenders. For the Eagles, this would represent a surefire coup, a masterstroke in an offseason filled with expectations. Eagles offseason moves. What to expect next? With so many surprising changes and acquisitions, the Philadelphia Eagles clearly have their sights set on next season, focusing on adding more depth and further improving what is already an impressive roster. roster. Whether it's Cameron Latu's untapped potential, Terrell Evans's defensive impact, or the possibility of Jadeveon Clowney returning to his best form, the Eagles are positioning themselves as serious Super Bowl contenders. Every move the franchise made during the offseason was meticulously planned. Now the big question is, what will come next? The truth is, with the Eagles, you never know. They have a history of making bold and smart moves, and it doesn't look like that will change anytime soon. As training camp approaches, fans will need to keep an eye on rumors and each new addition to the roster. Because, as we've seen over the years, the Eagles never do anything without a purpose. They know exactly what they want to achieve, and with all these moves, there's no doubt they're gearing up for something big. In their latest roster move, the Philadelphia Eagles made an unexpected decision. They signed defensive tackle Joe Evans and released offensive guard Marcus Tate, who was recovering from an injury. But this move isn't just about reshaping the defensive line. It's a clear message about depth and specificity. Joe Evans, who spent part of his college career at LSU before transferring to UTSA, is a player with an intriguing trajectory. At 6'2" and 315 pounds, Evans made a solid contribution to UTSA in 2024, recording 5 tackles and a sack before an injury cut his season short. While he didn't have an immediate breakout year in 2024, Evans is still a relatively young player with raw potential. As for Marcus Tate, his injury forced the Eagles to make a difficult decision, leaving them with a small hole in offensive line depth. This is the time of year when teams make these tough decisions as they continue to refine their rosters for next season. It's not uncommon for players cut during the offseason to return to the practice squad, and Tate's situation may not be fully resolved. But this move raises some important questions. Are the Eagles preparing for an even deeper defensive line rotation, or is this a temporary solution while other roster options become available? What we know for sure is that the addition of Joe Evans strengthens the Eagles' defense, which is looking to strengthen its position for another Super Bowl run. With so much movement on the Eagles roster, from the arrival of Cameron Latu, to the trade of Joe Evans for Marcus Tate, to the potential signing of Jadeveon Clowney, will these changes be enough to secure another title for Philadelphia in 2025? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, but I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.